Welcome to part 2 of this mental strength series. We're going to start in a comfortable cross-legged seated position. You can have a couple blocks or bolsters nearby for some support throughout your practice. You can take 2 of them right now if you wish, especially if your hips are tight, to support underneath your thighs. It can help to just relax your hip flexors. Feel both your sitting bones anchoring down into your mat. Feel the crown of your head reaching up in the opposite direction, creating some length in your spine. Feel the shoulder blades drop down your back. Eyes can softly close if it's comfortable, and just allow a couple breaths for your awareness to draw inward. Keep your breath completely natural. Just allow your body to begin to relax. After a few breaths, you can remove the blocks, place your hands on your knees, and just gently sway from side to side, so creating half circles with the torso. As you lean to one side, come forward and then lean to the opposite side. Allow the movement to really originate from your hips, seeing if you can find a nice sensation or a nice gentle stretch in the side of the body, maybe the outer hip, maybe even the low back. Just warming up the hip socket here. You can decide how to move with your breath if it feels best. To lean on the exhale or the inhale. Do whatever comes naturally. The next time you lean to the right, we're going to hold here. Gently press the left knee away with the left hand. Take a few breaths. Find those nice sensations on the left side of the body, whether it's the side of the body, the outer hip, or the low back. On an exhale, gently release, roll yourself forward, lean to the left side this time, gently press the right knee away with the right hand, and find those nice sensations on the right side. Very good. We'll gently release ourselves. Come back to center. You can lean back on your hands, uncross your legs, cross them in the opposite direction. We're going to do the same thing on this side, so hands can rest on your knees. Make sure you're nice and comfortable on your seat. You can move a bit of the flesh away from your sit bones if you'd like. And begin to sway yourself from side to side, creating half circles with the upper body. Leaning to one side, come forward with the chest as you make your way to the opposite side. Again, remembering to allow the movement to originate from your hip. Flowing at the pace of your own breath. The next time you lean to the right, we're going to hold here. Again, left knee gently presses away with the left hand. Take a few breaths, really sending the breath to the left side of the body, wherever you feel the sensations. On an exhale, come forward, make your way to the left side, pressing that right knee gently away with the right hand, finding the sensations, nice, gentle, light sensations on the right side. No need to force here. Very good. After your next breath, you can bring yourself forward again. Lean back as you uncross your legs. You can straighten out the legs, maybe shake them out if that feels nice. Let them sway from side to side. Any type of release that feels nice after that pose. We're going to make our way into our butterfly pose, which is where we bring the soles of the feet together. Create a long diamond shape with the legs so heels are not tucked in close. Place your block support on the outer thighs and place some blocks in between the legs for your forehead to rest. Make sure you're nice and grounded in your seat. Bring your fingertips behind you, and on an inhale, reach yourself forward as if you're coming into this pose with a flat back. You want to feel your pelvis tilting forward. On an exhale, keep that forward tilt in your pelvis, round your upper back, and slowly move into this pose until you reach your edge, so that point where you feel that resistance beginning to build in your body. Once you've reached your edge, then stack your blocks to an appropriate height so that your forehead can be supported. If you find that you have a difficult time creating that forward tilt with your pelvis or rounding forward, it could be that your hips are very tight, and elevating your hips by sitting on a folded blanket or a couple folded blankets can be very beneficial in allowing you to create that forward tilt so that you can take advantage of gravity in this pose. The purpose of our blocks here is to help completely support the body. If the body doesn't feel supported, then the muscles are going to engage to support it. We want to create the opposite effect. We want to create disengagement of the muscles. So we use our blocks wherever we notice that our body is craving any extra support. We place our blocks there and we allow the muscles to release, so we convince the muscles that our body's in a safe place, that they don't have to be engaged to support us. We allow the muscles to release so that the pose can really be targeted right into the hips and the joints, which is where we're targeting here. Allow your breath to be completely natural. Allow it to stay calm and quiet. Continue focusing, really emphasizing each exhale as an opportunity to relax and surrender further into the pose. Keep the muscles in the face nice and soft. See if you notice a similar response in the rest of the body when you soften the muscles of the face. Feel the shoulders drawing down, so shoulder blades moving away from the spine. Arms are heavy. Back of the neck is completely relaxed. We're not holding the weight of our head. Legs feel nice and supported by our props, so the hip flexors are not engaged, holding the legs up. So here in this pose, we're gently targeting the hips. We get a nice decompression in our lower back. Compress into our digestive organs. The rounding of the upper back here, which is very common in Yin practice to round the upper back, is to stimulate the vertebrae in the spine. So you might feel some nice sensations or uncomfortable sensations building in the upper and mid back. Very good. And then resisting any urges to move quickly. On an inhale, begin to roll yourself back up. Move as slowly as you need to. Remove your blocks. Make your way to leaning back on your hands, bringing the soles of your feet about mat width apart. And let the knees gently drop from side to side. flowing at the pace of your own breath. Notice if you have the urge to rush the movement, seeing if you can inhale the knees up and exhale the knees to the side. Very good. From here, we're going to come into another butterfly variation right up against the wall. So you can move yourself back so that you can bring yourself or your sit bones as close to the wall as possible, moving a bit of the flesh away from the sit bones again. We're going to bring the heels in just like before, but this time we're going to tuck the heels in as close to the pelvis as possible. You can support underneath the thighs if you need to. Allow your back to rest on the wall. On an exhale, feel the shoulder blades slide down the back. So here we'll begin to feel the sensations growing in the inner groin. If you'd like to add just a little bit more resistance, even just placing the hands on the knees, allowing the weight of our hands and our arms can increase the intensity of the pose. If you can, try and maintain the integrity of the lower arch of the back. So see if you can create a little bit of space between the wall and your lower back. You can keep your eyes open, or if it's comfortable, you can close your eyes. See if you can find some stillness here. Resist any urge to move. As long as you don't feel any pain or severe discomfort, can you just commit to stillness? Can you resist those urges that arise in your mind that try and convince you to fidget, or that it's time to come out of the pose, or that you can't bear to be in the pose any longer? Can you even just resist those thoughts and temptations for one more full breath? Allow any tension in the face to dissolve, especially if you know that you're prone to holding tension in your face, or wherever you know that you're prone to holding tension. Pay closer attention to those areas, constantly reminding yourself to bring softness there, to surrender, release. Very good. When you feel ready, you can begin to slowly make your way out of the pose. You can rock your legs from side to side, do any movements that feel nice. Maybe see if you can enjoy the lingering sensations. From here, we're going to make our way to our legs up the wall, so you can bring one hip right up against the wall. Lean back as you swing the legs up the wall. We're going to come into our thread the needle pose, which is where we deepen further into the hips by creating a deeper external rotation of the hip. Starting on the right side, we're going to cross the right ankle over top of the left thigh, creating a figure four shape with the legs. And when you're ready, on an exhale, begin to slide that left heel down. So be very conscious as you move yourself into the pose that you make sure that you stop right when you reach your edge. So that point of resistance, you just want to build a little bit of tension in the body and then just be in that tension. You can press that right knee away with the right arm if you'd like, just gently pressing it away. Or you can do whatever you'd like with the arms. They can rest on your belly, by your sides. You can place them out in a T position, palms facing up, so in line with your shoulders, or you can reach or grab both elbows up overhead. You can decide here a comfortable distance between your hips and the wall. It's okay in our yin practice for our lower back to lift off of the wall. However, if you have any problems with your lower back or you feel any pain, you can scoot yourself a little bit further from the wall. This will allow the lower back to begin to descend onto your mat. While in this pose, the only things that I really want you to keep in mind is first, notice the alignment of your right ankle. It's very common to sickle the foot, so internally rotate the foot in this pose. We want to keep the alignment of that ankle nice and straight. We also want to make sure that our hips are nice and even, so parallel with the wall. Notice if one hip is hiking up a little bit higher than the other. Even out the hips. And then aside from the flexing of that right foot, everything else in this pose, all other muscles we want to completely release and soften. So allow your hips to sink, feel heavy, and really absorb the pose. Allow your tailbone to feel nice and heavy. Release any of the muscles that might be engaged around the hips. So in the legs, the lower back, the glutes, allow all those muscles to soften. And then work on the rest of the body, including the face. Soften the face. Allow the muscles to be nice and soft. See how much you can surrender in this pose. Allow yourself to come to a place of stillness, a place where you can be comfortable with the uncomfortable sensations that arise, perhaps in that outer right hip as they grow stronger throughout the duration of the pose. Can you resist those urges to physically and mentally fidget? And when those urges become strong, just see if you can resist the temptation for one more breath. Very good. When you're ready, on an exhale, slowly release. Swing the legs from side to side. And when you're ready, we're going to roll ourselves onto our left side, stacking the left hip the right hip right on top of the left. Knees are stacked and grounded on the floor. On an inhale, right fingertips can reach up, and on an exhale, begin to open up, twisting towards the right side, looking over that right shoulder if it's comfortable with your neck. Make sure hips stay stacked here. We want the twist to come from the rib cage. Palm facing up in line with the shoulder. Allow yourself to just completely surrender here. So allow it to feel very effortless. Allow gravity to do all the work here. If you're pregnant like I am, you'll notice that twists are very uncomfortable and not recommended. So I am barely twisting at all here. Really listen to your body. On an exhale, you can bring that arm back up and over and roll yourself back onto your back. We're going to come right into the left side. So we're going to cross left ankle over top of the right thigh. Make sure you flex that left foot to protect the knee. Keep the alignment of the ankle nice and straight. On an exhale, begin to slide that right heel down until you reach your edge. Hips are nice and even. Place your arms in a comfortable position, either by your sides or maybe the left arm or elbow wants to gently press that left knee away. Allow your eyes to close if that's comfortable. Let your awareness draw in and just notice your body. Are you holding tension anywhere? Are any muscles engaged or clenching? And see if you can use your exhales to release and soften. Allow your whole body to become heavy. And try not to resist the growing sensations on that outer left hip. Allow them to take you outside your comfort zone. And as you continue to move outside your comfort zone, can you resist the urges and just remain still? Very good. We're going to hold for just a few more breaths. Take advantage of every exhale. Each exhale is an opportunity to soften and surrender a little bit further. After your next exhale, slowly begin to move yourself out of the pose. You can sway the legs from side to side. Come into our twist on the opposite side. Let the knees come in. Roll yourself to your right side this time, allowing the knees to touch down on the ground. Left hip is stacked right on top of the right. Knees stay hugged in. On an inhale, left fingertips are going to reach up. On an exhale, keeping the hips stacked, feel the ribs spiraling and twisting open towards the left. You can look over that left shoulder if you'd like. Keep the palm facing up in line with the shoulder. Allow the shoulder to slowly work its way down with each exhale. And again, completely surrender here. Allow there to be very little effort on your part to be in your twist. Allow gravity to completely take over. Very good. On your next breath, allow the arm to come back up and over. Rock yourself back onto your back. You can extend your legs up the wall. We're going to take our Shavasana here with our legs up the wall. So come to a place where you can really relax. So maybe moving yourself a little bit further away from the wall so that the legs Don't feel like they have to be engaged to hold themselves up. Arms can come out to your sides, palms face up. Feel the shoulder blades slide down the back. And just completely surrender the entire weight of your body. Feel yourself becoming heavier with each exhale, sinking a little bit further and deeper into your mat. Muscles of the face are softening. And just allow your body to absorb the effects of your practice. Good. On your next exhale, slowly allow the knees to fall in towards the chest. You can gently rock side to side, and when you feel ready, roll yourself to your left side. On an inhale, press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Feel your sit bones rooting down as the crown of your head reaches up. Your palms can come together at your heart center. Shoulders soften down. You can close your eyes, bow your heads forward. Thank yourself for taking the time to practice today, and maybe set the intention to stay committed to your practice. And thank you for letting me guide you today. Namaste.